Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to It's in You Conversation, powered by The Classic Show. And of course, I'm your girl, Victoria Umaro. And it is always a delight, a pleasure to always sit here and have conversations with the very exceptional, very phenomenal Dr. Dilemi Akindele Feli.
Glad to be
Yay,
here.
let's
It's
throw
always
drums.
it's always a joy. It's
Yeah.
always a great thing for me personally to have opportunity to share life-changing conversation with
True.
people,
Yes.
because just a word can change your life forever.
Forever. Just
So
agree with that.
I'm excited and I look forward to having a great time today with you.
Of course, it's going to be very exciting as usual. And this is a place where we bring out the greatness in you. You need to listen to this conversation. So we're going to just start off from where we stopped last time. And then the conversation was on the practical ways that people can pick up their broken dreams. So we're going to start off from there.
And of course, that book is now available on
It's
Bookteria
now available. I saw it.
Last time we were talking about it will be available, but now it's on Bookteria now. So you go to Bookteria and search for Pick Up Your Broken Dreams.
Get it by Dilemi Akindele Felix. It's a must read. You need to have a copy. Okay, so let's start from there. You know, persons feel that one of the strongest reasons they drop their dream is because they think dreams are locational. So this is what I mean. Somebody one time was giving us like a perspective to this. And I was saying, you were talking about Otedola's book, making it big. He said, let me show you how he made it big. So he carried the book and then he opened it to the very first chapter. And then he said, let's read I think the very first line. It was an address in London. So what the person was saying is, see, it's not like you cannot make it here in Nigeria. Like this man made it from London. So what would you think about such perspective? Do you agree with it?
No, that perspective is wrong, because I think I also stumbled on that post on Facebook, and the person said he stopped the book.
Yeah.
So to me, that is more of a negative belief system than facts. Because the truth is that whatever you believe, you are going to see.
Yeah.
I read the same book. I was inspired. I was blessed. I learned so much from that same book. And to read the story of Otedola, you find out that he didn't make his money outside the country. He made his money by citing problems and then offering solutions. That was the entire concept of the book.
Right.
So if somebody said, okay, because there's an address of London in London, and then because of that, that is how he made his money, that is hasty conclusion.
Yes.
There was no evidence,
to back that up.
And I would have encouraged the person to at least take time to read the book and then make valid conclusion, because it's going to lead a lot of people astray by that false assumption.
Exactly, because that's what I wanted to talk about, because it's a wonderful thing we are having these kinds of conversations to counter those kinds of narratives. Yeah. So for me now, some other persons still within that same kind of perspective will now say, look, it's not always true. You can't just start, your success journey from scratch. And then they'll tell you people like Dangote, for instance, that we call him the richest black man, the Africa's richest man. But then he had a story to it, because his uncle was a very rich man in those days. And that the uncle also gave him seed capital to begin his business. And then such persons will let you know that if you do not have that kind of support, if you don't have that kind of background, that you cannot make it, that you cannot be successful.
Then you have to escalate the same story to Elon Musk. Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, not even in Africa. So, but yet he didn't have a background that supported him. Go study his stories, how he started in the dormitories, and he had to sleep in the office for several nights because there is no place for them to sleep.
Wow.
And all of that. So if you say Dangote had a support system, how about people like Elon Musk that started with little? Or how about people like Dale Carnegie? How about people like, several of them I can't even remember now.
Yes.
So if you pick 10 billionaires today who made it because they had the environment that supported them, maybe 2 or 3 will come from wealthy family, and the 8 has to build from nothing.
Wow.
And then they became what they become today.
Yes.
So even the Dangote you are talking about, if Dangote did not have that vision to succeed, that passion to win, he will have squandered the opportunity. There are a lot of people who were born into a wonderful family, wonderful background, and they squandered the opportunity.
True. So the prodigal son.
They look at the prodigal son who had everything, and then he squandered it. So a lot of people had wonderful background, wonderful support system, but they squandered it. So eventually what you become is not as a result of your environment, it's as a result of your decision.
As a result of your decision.
You are right.
You see, most persons would just think that it's about the environment. So what you're saying now, what you're trying to establish is that there are other factors that determines whether somebody succeeds or not, and not just the person's location.
The greatest determinant is you.
Oh,
you are the one.
Did you hear that?
You are the one who determines whether you succeed or you fail. It's not your environment, it's not your past, it's not your background, it's not your look.
It's not your look.
Whether you are black or you are green or you are red. In fact, success has no color.
Success does not have a color.
It doesn't have any color.
Wow.
So it's not all of those things that determine that. What determines is who you are, what you believe, your attitude. These are things that eventually make your dreams to succeed or to fail. So if you believe that your environment is a limitation, you are not even going to make an attempt.
Yes.
You are not going to believe, you are not going to put in effort.
Yeah.
Because I remember in those days when I was about writing my work and all of that, I see some people in my environment who said, no, because we know we were almost in the same circumstances or situations. So I see some of those guys who say, wait, even if you go to school now, who is going to help us? Who is going to support us? Who is going to assist us? And because of that, they didn't put in the effort. Most of them are still in that village today. So, but I believe differently. I believe that if I was given admission, I would go to school.
Wow.
So that's why, in fact, my situation was even worse than some of them, because some of them even had father who could at least support them. But I had no father who could assist. So I believe that if I was given admission, I would go to school, and I went to school, and I graduated, I succeeded.
You know, when you were saying this story, something came to my mind, and it's about Jack Ma. He was a one-time richest man in China, and then he was sharing his story of how impoverished his background was. In fact, I don't know if this is legal to say, but you see, Jack Ma's appearance, or some person, you just say something that it's not even about your looks. Jack Ma would not carry that appearance of a readily successful kind of appearance and physique. Like, okay, you don't look like somebody that will be successful. I mean, if you can even say that. But he went ahead to be the richest man in China. So what is that deciding factor? How do we see that we are special and we can achieve our dreams no matter where?
So we have to come back to voice. The voice you listen to will determines your response to life. So if you are surrounded with negative voices telling you that it's not possible, like that post or blogger who said he read the last book and is from US, so he made it because he says his father is rich and all of that. So if you are surrounded with those cynical voices, then you are going to respond alike, and at the end of the day, you are going to find what you look for. In life, we always see what we are looking for. So your environment is going to give you evidence to justify your belief.
Yes.
So if you believe that it's hard, you are going to find supporting evidence. If you believe that you can make it anywhere in the world, you are going to find supporting evidence. So you have to work on your belief first. You have to look at what you believe and start interrogating them and asking, is this belief true or false? Where did I learn this belief? Who taught me this belief? What is the outcome of the people who are saying this? And then you need to, at a point, look at those beliefs and say, no, I will stop believing this. Then pick a new set of beliefs and start, we call it empowering beliefs. And then, eliminate those limiting belief systems. And then start hearing different voices. Tune into it's in your conversations like this to start hearing different voices and conversations.
Empowering voices. I love where this conversation is headed, and it's pointing towards our own decisions at the end of the day. So it is not about an external factor. It is we who decide our outcome. So J.K. Lawrence says something. She said there is an expiry date to the complaints of your parents.
Okay.
So what would you say about that?
The complaints of your parents. If you are complaining, I'm interpreting that to mean that complaining about your parents, and saying that it's because of my parents. In fact, I heard a story yesterday that some children were accusing their parents that if you knew that you don't have enough money, why did you bring us to this life?
But that's valid.
Why do you bring us to this life? But they have brought you to this life. So what do you do with this life? So somebody say you might not be able to change your background, but you can change your future ground.
Your future ground.
So you might not be able to change your parents, but you can be a different parent. It's just about making a different decision. So the decision you make today will determine your destiny, not your condition, but your decision.
Oh, wow. Not your condition, but your decision. I hope somebody is taking notes, because all of these things is speaking to you directly. That person that is thinking that there is nothing in me, there is nothing that I can do to bring myself out of this situation or out of my background. It is not your background that determines your future. It is about your decision. So, sir, I remember one time Desmond Washington, he said something to corroborate this. He said that nothing should stop you from becoming successful. He said, not your background. He said, not your situation. He said, not even racism. And you know that during his era, he faced a lot of those things. But he said, nothing of such should stop you or determine your outcome in life. So do you agree with that statement?
Yes, it's very important. In fact, Robert Schuller said something related when he said that there are 10 things you must not surrender your dreams to. One of them is your background. Don't surrender your dreams to your background.
Wow.
Don't surrender your dreams to your past.
Okay.
Don't surrender your dreams to the opinions of people around you. Don't surrender your dream to present reality. So he mentioned all of those things, because the truth is that the greatest, like I mentioned, that you are the determinant. It's not the circumstance. They are there, and we call them challenges. But challenges are meant to be overcome. The challenges are not meant to stop us. We are meant to look at challenges and say, I'm bigger than you, and I will overcome you. So regardless of external constraints, limitations, background, past, and all of those things, they are opinions, but they shouldn't become our facts.
Wow.
They shouldn't become our facts. We could always overcome. We could always, we could always overcome whatever obstacles that we find on our ways in life. I'm doing this. We are sitting here and talking. There are issues, there are challenges that come our ways that we have overcome.
Wow.
I remember in this same city, I was homeless in this same city, right? I didn't have a place to sleep. I would walk around with my toothbrush, and wherever light meet me, that is where I sleep. I had a dream to write books, to change the world, to make impact. But those were realities I was facing. No brother, no sister, no mother, no father who could say, okay, take this money at the end of the month to support this dream. But regardless of that, we kept moving forward. And here we are today, inspiring other people. Now, don't allow anything to stop you. In fact, anytime anything wants to stop you, just go to Google and type my name, Felix Drilemi, and let that become an inspiration to you.
Wow. This has made me speechless. Because what is anybody's excuse for not dreaming and for not seeing their dreams through? because you pointed something out just now that, people have fears. I think it was you that wrote the book.
I wrote a book.
Kill your fears.
Kill your fears, not your dreams.
So I think people focus on the fear and then they kill the dream.
And a lot of dreams have died as a result of fear, murdered as a result of fear. Because people don't even make an attempt.
They don't make an attempt.
So the Bible says that there's a man who refused to go out because he imagined that I would be lion on the road. So because of that, he did not even make an attempt to go out. And the Bible also said that if you are looking at every cloud is going to bring rain, then you are not going to plant or even go out. So it's very important to put fear in perspective. The truth is that fear is a feedback. It's a feedback that you are taking a step that is bigger than your past. So when you put fear in a right perspective, you are seeing that each time fear comes is a signal that you are about to step to the next level. So it's not meant to stop you, it's meant to give you a signal that your next level is around the corner.
Brian Tracy wrote a book about the laws of luck. And then we've been talking about rich people saying that they are privileged and all of that. In fact, somebody even said one time that for you to be successful, is either you are born into a rich family, you inherited your wealth, or probably you go to an Ivy League school. So, but from what we just discussed now, from our conversation so far, there's a place of work. There's a place where somebody puts in the effort to get the given result. What would you say to somebody now who is listening and who needs to know that it does not automatically have to be interpreted that your background or your riches?
I will even advise people listening to us, stop considering those factors. Place importance on what you have to do. Somebody said, I think it was Bob Proto, who said, don't ask what you can do. Act, and you'll find out what you can do.
Oh, that's powerful.
Don't ask what you can do. Act. Then you will find out what you can do. So don't ask whether it's possible. Don't even start asking people. You see, in those days, especially young people, when you want to do something, you start asking people, is it possible? Is it possible? And you're asking people who probably have not done it. Who probably have allowed their fears to stop them from doing it. And so when you are asking them, what do you think they are going to tell you? They are going to tell you it's not possible. So don't ask. You just go, if you want to start writing. I remember when I wrote my first book, I was in 300 level. I took those two books to two guys who were doing their masters. At that time, they looked at the book and they looked at me and said, 300 level student, what do you have? What stories do you have? And they gave me an example of Pastor Tunde Bakari, that he wanted to write a book and they now said he does not have. What does he have to write a book? And that has killed a lot of people. That kind of feedback. That's okay, what do you have? You are too small, you are too young, you are too old, because these are voices that are meant to stop your dream. But I didn't listen to that voice. I went ahead and published the book. The book became very popular in UI. 2 years later, I met the same man and said that he was just testing me. He was just
they know how to coin those things.
Yes, they were just testing me. But I thank God that I wrote that book.
You didn't listen to
I thank God because that was the beginning of my publishing journey. And look at what I've been able to do with works,
look at the journey
books, with lives, all over the world now. Every single minute now, somebody is making an inquiry about how to write book from me. Imagine I did not write the book, that first book.
It's about the ripple effect. Because it's not just about you succeeding in your dreams. It's about you succeeding to let others succeed as well.
It was that book that brought you here.
Yes, it was that book that
because if I have not written that book, we wouldn't have met.
Because chances are that you may not have even written any other book again.
Yes, it's very possible. Because that was my reference point. That was my reference. And once you did it once, you always believe that you can do it again.
It's easier.
You can do it again. You can do it again.
Wow. I believe that you have gotten value so far. Because This can change your life if you can just put this to practice. Many persons have given up on their dreams because maybe a mentor, maybe somebody they looked forward to has given them a very sincere feedback that they will now go back and reflect in themselves. You know, it will still bring me back to this.
Okay, please, before you go on, there's a friend of mine, when I started writing, he also had a book in 2012. He wanted to, in fact, 2012 or so, he has a manuscript ready.
The manuscript was
ready? Gave it to editors, spent a lot of money.
Wow.
He now went to one of his mentors who told him that, why do you need to write a book? Wow. A lot of people have already written books, or the books that are available.
You cannot finish reading it.
You cannot even finish reading it. What impact will your own book make? Oh. That was what killed or buried, because I won't say it killed, because once you are still alive, your dream is not dead. It might be buried temporarily, but at the sound of voices like this, it can come back to life. So after several years, I think two years ago, the person, 1 year ago, the person came to Ibadan, travel very far place, and say he needed to see me.
Okay.
In fact, he said God told him to come and see me.
Wow.
That, you know, I should talk to him about books, because at that time we were just, you know, I think I was just reading about 3 books at that time. But by the time he came to see me, I've written about 80 books. Me, I was not listening to people who were telling me not to do it. I cannot do it. Right? Yes. I was just doing it. Do you know what? I was just doing it. I did consult, because those are the people I would have consulted. They are the one consulting me now.
Wow.
Those mentors I would have consulted about books. How to go about it.
That they were testing you.
They would have told me they were testing me. So I just did what was in my mind. And I find out that it's even bigger than I expected.
Oh, wow.
So I told the guy, please start listening to yourself. You know, sometimes you need to listen to encouraging voices, but at the point in time, you start listening to the voice from within you.
Awesome stuff. I mean, I just wish we could just continue this conversation, but unfortunately, we just have to cut it at some point, and we're cutting it here. It is such an enlightening moment today. Thank you for sharing with us your great your in-depth knowledge. Thank you, and sharing your experience. Thank you so much. And I'm very sure that you have become wiser because I certainly have become wiser. Until we come your way next time, what I'll advise you to do, in case you haven't, is to hit that subscription button somewhere around, and then hit the notification bell so that you do not miss any of our episodes when it comes out every Thursday. So from here, it's goodbye till next time.
And for me, I want to tell you that the greatness in you is bigger than the fear outside of you. Bye.
Bye.